Hello, what's up? Ascani Shop 2020. I'm gonna do a reasonable peace podcast. This is on Spreaker. This is on Apple Podcasts. This is on Spotify. 646-868-2758. 646-868-2758. Text "It's Iron" if you want to get on the show for priority inquiry. We're going to talk about why we are militant. We're going to talk about why we are Garveyite. We're going to talk about why we are the community control vigilantes. This is in response to Michael Morstein's video, which is great. It's a very great video. It comes with a internet etiquette policy of how to respect space. I took from it, he don't want none of y'all to be violent in this space. Violent ideas, violent thoughts, violent words, actions, acts of physical violence. They're casted on and down. Emotional manipulative violence as well. When I attack for black people. I attack for brown people. I attack for the 99% of the world. You have to recognize yourself in and throughout of the articles I have mentioned. My liberation, my freedom does not fuck with classism. If you want to know what classism is, it's when you think you got a tech job, so you look down on somebody with a mop or somebody who drives a cab. That's classism. I don't fuck with supremacist social engineering statistics. Fucking FBI surveys. Fucking negative polls. You could keep your fucking information. And it ain't even your information. The fucking information was passed down for you to fucking say it's somebody else's information to throw at something. But it's never on a positive note. A motherfucker takes the information and then they go, yo, dog, this thing that I searched and found. And a lot of times, those bits of racist, discriminate, bigoted, and fearful information, a lot of times of that, hi, how you doing? Thank you. A lot of times that information is isolated. What I mean isolated, motherfuckers will say that they had 600 results. So you put a survey out because you have the mass means of the media over your set amount of people, your set amount of scientific quantitative data. That's how they do it. If you're scared about black people, if you're scared about brown people, if you don't understand something with the 99% of the world, you best not speak about it from a scared standpoint. You best not discriminate against and institutionalize. What's institutionalization? That's when you got certain schools, certain spaces, certain neighborhoods, certain colonial setups that will only fuck with the people who got the yes words, only fuck with the people in the image, only fuck with the people that the social hierarchy feels meets the criteria. I'm black. Blood in, blood out, blood up. There's no mincing here. I'm not responsible for the division of said local artists and people. I'm not responsible for that. You take to feel that way. You say the wrong thing, then it will be a way. They gotta understand, brother. They gotta understand, I live here now. I live here. The refugee, RBG, yeah. The refugee, fucking gorilla from the 21V. And I know about the dystopian time zones when fucking culture is behind what the modern future is. I know what a post-moderate place is, a place that holds on to certain stylistics. So sometimes the way someone moves, the wave that they have, and what they come from and what they come to do may not match the lexicon of the people trying to congregate a certain way. It may not add up. But just because you don't get the equation now means I could have foreshadowed it to you then if you was intact. You know what I'm saying? That's how that go. But I'm not responsible. I'm not responsible for brains and lack of diversity of weight. I ain't responsible for that shit. I ain't responsible for motherfuckers that want to follow the fucking program. I ain't responsible for that. I flex my power outside of that. You know what I'm saying? I earned my freedom. I don't need to be in a violent world where the people put the tax of violence. The violence that you saw. The predictable tactics. Those was black brutality tactics on your thread. What I mean about black brutality tactics is the same fucking word jargon that it was expressed for Freddie Gray, was expressed for Kobe Bryant. Therefore, we can have the fucking living, insipid, heartless people fucking try to think if they employ the same strategies of trying to evaluate at a person's lowest form. Yeah, well, they did this. And you ain't let a fucking black or brown soul anywhere near you in your fucking life. All the fuck they got is fucking excuses about fucking workers or their fuck-ass little colonial coon friends. That's the only black people they could ever fucking tell you about. So I fell back. I fell back when you did that video, my brother. I fell back. You know? Because I got it. I got the ammunition. I got it. I got the clips. I got the weapons. I got it. There's a story from Old Man Logan, the comic book. And it said, before the fucking idiots took Thor out, mind you, and this is just me paraphrasing. I like paraphrasing stories. It just makes for something better, and then you can reference the story. The story goes, Thor took 1,000 dumb motherfuckers out. He took 1,000 of them down before they could fucking come for him. That's the modus operandi I operate in the space and place of hatred. Can't nobody flip my shit and say, oh yeah, you being violent as an anti. Not when you subscribe. Not when you subscribe to the fucking country's plan of being systemic in the wrong light. The world needs a hero. Sometimes I get drained from the battles as if I lost it. Other times I feel it's rightfully called for. Especially when I got troops rallying with me. Especially when I still got systems up. Especially when our movements is in multiple cities. Especially when we got causes everywhere. That's why we attack. We attack because peace has to be defended. Peace has to be bent in the wind. You know, that Avatar shit, man. That Avatar shit. Those people was peaceful. Those people was tribal. But if you ain't think they wasn't gonna fucking go out and get it from those heinous statesmen, them fucking violent, numb motherfuckers, I'm rocking with y'all. Blue people, tribal people, people who want to have a community free of judgment, people who want to have communities free of labels, people who would like to express vulnerability, people that know how they can come into one another with messages of pain. The pain suppressed under the conditions that conform everyone in the world. You can operate as yourself and say when something isn't a good way. You can ask a question to gain the information. That's how that works. We need to attack to show an example through all the many social micro dichotomies of the world. This is the example that we set. We draw the sword in the sand. That motherfucker's over there. We rocking with peace and we rotting over here. That's how that go. I ain't responsible for nobody beef, brother. I ain't responsible for that shit. You know? I ain't responsible when I got the money to move somewhere. I ain't responsible for when I got the money to move somewhere and shit. And you know what happened? You get curved. So when somebody curves somebody with all of the forms of violence that we just mentioned, when somebody curves somebody and then they see them still in the relevance, when it's relative, that's all they could do is be silent because they thought they threw the shot at you. They thought they threw the shot at you that would fucking send you away. Brother, they thought they could throw their fucking shot at me like I wouldn't be back here. Like they ain't know I was rocking in this motherfucker, Charm City 410. Like I wasn't rocking in this motherfucker for 7 years already. Like I already didn't alter my course of destiny when I fled as a refugee. You know what I'm saying? So now, I wasn't even worried because I'm always right. I was worried about these children. I was worried about these mothers. I was worried about the mother and her children. You know what I'm saying? I was worried about that mother and her children who also got curved by capital state leverage of violence. As we are here to house a human right. Nigga, my housing is my human right. My fucking food is my human right. My job is my human right. My freedom is my human right. You know? And you come in between that shit, right? So now you and your woman or whoever else feel they fit other fucking beefs that they ain't fucking answer for. All you gotta do is say my bad. Sometimes this shit's so simple. I'ma love you, black man. I'ma love you, black woman. I'ma love you, brown people. I'ma love you 99%. But when you got your tongue, your chakra, your mind, your neck held the fuck up over what you did, nah. You need 1,000 years of suffering for that. You need 1,000 years. I ain't prescribed to it, but I'm saying if you want to make yourself suffer and shit, you know, when you in a music, when you in a bar and shit, over the shit you did and shit, you know what I mean? All you gotta do is say my bad. I done had heat before.